You're watching KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
Thanks for tuning in to KMNH. I'm Omer, and today is Wednesday, May 27th. We are excited here at KMNH because we are back. We're back in the Happen studio to film. Over to you, Larkin.
Yes, we are back in the studio and ready to bring you the news. Happens Teen Garden Club is also back with our first outdoor meeting yesterday. We received our final report on the can of bulb sale, and we want to thank you, our viewers, because each garden club member that dug up those bulbs will receive $82. The Teen Garden Club also set up regular volunteer days in the garden, like this morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. And Thaddeus, in fact, was there taking notes so he could give us this report. Thaddeus, you're on air.
The Garden Club voted 8-1 for the club to meet and volunteer at 8 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. You can probably guess who was opposed to the motion of getting up at 8 a.m. We did accomplish a lot this morning, even though it was 8 a.m. We planted plants that could have been planted at like 11 or 12. The plants didn't care. The weeds we picked didn't care either. I said, "Hey, Clover, did you know that it was 8 a.m.? The clover didn't care. Special thanks to Happen's garden volunteer, Pat Agnew, for coming to the garden early. Just know that I tried, Pat. I really tried. Next time, I'm coming with my boots, my gloves, and a sleeping bag."
Special thanks to the Watkins family for sponsoring tonight's KMNH broadcast.
Today's word of the day is exhaust, spelled E-X-H-A-U-S-T. It is defined as waste gases or air expelled from an engine, turbine, or other machine during the course of its operation. Something that would give off exhaust is a spaceship. Speaking of which, we are having the first spaceship launch in 40 years on American soil today. Before that, we were just relying on the Russians to get to space. Another word is exhausted, spelled E-X-H-A-U-S-T-E-D. It is defined as Thaddeus this morning.
The sun has returned, and so have I. In fact, maybe it's a little too sunny. Better than rain, I suppose. Seeing how it's been nice out, and as long as it doesn't storm again, I will be reappointing myself as weatherwoman on KMNH. Like I mentioned, it's been pretty sunny lately with a high of 82. It'll get cloudier tonight, though, with a low of 64. Not much changes into tomorrow, but much to my dismay, it looks like it might rain again later on. I'm Larkin, and this has been your KMNH Weather Report.
We know money can't buy love or friendship, but it would mean the world to us if you became Happen's BFF. BFF, of course, stands for Best Friend Forever, but here at Happen, it also means a little something else. Business, family, and friends. All you need to do to become a BFF supporter is make a small donation. Just go to happening.org and click on the donate link. We thank all past, present, and future BFF donators.
I'm Space Lauren with this Happen Space Talk, and today I'm here to talk to you about the International Space Station. It is Earth's only human-made orbiting satellite, and it's a really important human endeavor. Orbiting Earth 250 miles above Earth's surface at a speed of 17,500 miles per hour. At any given time, we have anywhere from 3 to 9 astronauts living, working, studying, sleeping, eating, and even having some fun aboard the space station. So besides being really cool, why is the space station so important? Well, there's things we learn in microgravity, that's a little bit of gravity that exists aboard the space station, that we can't study here on Earth. In fact, we can study the aging process and some pharmaceutical drugs and other tests much better in space than we can on Earth. In fact, at any given time, the astronauts aboard the International Space Station are conducting up to 200 experiments on behalf of researchers back here on Earth. All of those experiments are managed by folks down at the Marshall Space Flight Center down in Alabama. Now, the astronauts launched to the space station from Kazakhstan. Until now, when we have the first launch of American astronauts aboard the SpaceX Dragon to the International Space Station. This will be the first time that Americans are going to space from United States soil, so it's a really exciting time. We have astronauts from all sorts of countries that live and work aboard the space station, and they stay there anywhere from 6 months to a year. Astronauts from Japan, Canada, from all over Europe, and of course, the United States. And our biggest partner on the space station, the Russian cosmonauts. Fun fact, if you want to become an astronaut, you actually need to become competent in a lot of things, but not the least of which is you need to learn Russian. And that's because our controls aboard the space station are shared between the American mission control as well as the Russian mission control. So, my challenge to you, would you go to space? If you think about it, you need to think about a very long trip away from home, the type of food you would eat there, and what you might learn and what you might study. You also need to be in really good shape, and that's because the astronauts do extravehicular activities, EVAs, or a spacewalk. They spend up to 8 hours keeping care of the International Space Station in those really big and really heavy white suits. When you come back in, there's a little time to relax, connect with your family via the internet, maybe even watch a movie. And have some fun too. And of course, we don't want to forget about the space food. Space food is generally dehydrated because water is so heavy to launch to space. That means the astronauts need to recycle water on the space station. And that also means that yesterday's coffee is recycled into tomorrow's coffee, if you know what I mean. Living, working, learning, studying aboard the International Space Station is really exciting. If you want to learn more, check out happen.org. We have more space talks and more resources for you to learn more about the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. With this Happen Space Talk, I'm Space Lauren, over and out.
And now for another Dog Days in Northside. Today's pup is Peanut. Peanut is a Rhodesian Ridgeback Plothound mix and is almost 5 years old. He enjoys running around leash-free to get his energy out, and after he's done with that, he likes a good old-fashioned nap. Staying true to his name, Peanut absolutely loves peanut butter.
Thank you for tuning in to CamNH. I'm Omer. I hope that you've enjoyed this broadcast, and I hope that you will tune in again tomorrow for more kids making the news happen.